Welcome back to the Columbus Holiday Tournament. Can't deny that the student section for SCOTUS has been loud today. Being at home for this holiday tournament, can't be too upset about that. They're trying to win this holiday tournament for the 4th straight year. Some of the leading scorers for both teams. We'll start with SCOTUS. Owen Lindhorst leads the team with 10 points. And for Lakeview, 5 points for Jacob Dawson. Apparently the SCOTUS student section is jumping. You can see it on your screen. I almost think that the bleachers are going to collapse in on themselves.
Yeah.
I think they might be putting too much trust in the bleachers right now. And the bleachers held up. SCOTUS up by 12. So here's Palan. Palan taking it with his right. Oh, and he's fouled. That's going to go on Hirota. It's a nice drive by Palan, who went to the bench, Lou, with about a minute to go in the third quarter. It's not a lot of rest, but he's right back out there using that speed.
Yeah, I like his motor. I like how hard he plays. You like guys that don't slow down ever. And Palan, at times, there's a few times this game he might have got a little out of control, but I think you'll take that because you want guys that play hard. And now for SCOTUS, boy, you got a chance to, you're going to be shooting some free throws here in the fourth quarter. This is where you win or lose games.
Second free throw won't go. By the way, Will Hirota, a starter for Lakeview, has 4 fouls now. He's on the bench. One of the foul trouble players to keep your mind on. Here's Dawson driving baseline, kicks it back out. Swing it around, Thompson. Rathbone. Back over now to Olston. Can't deny SCOTUS' defense. It's really, really good. Here's a 3 by Rathbone. Won't go. Tipped around and taken by Caleb Cameron.
Pretty good look for Lakeview. Got to make those.
Coast-to-coast drive, and Jude McGuire can't finish it. Tomke. 7 minutes. It's not a lot of time, especially being down 13 against a defense like SCOTUS. Lakeview needs a bucket, and they need it now. Here's Rathbone. Finds Thompson. Lost the ball, and now SCOTUS has a fast break. Owen Lindhorst. Easy as you like. He's up to 12 points. And SCOTUS is in cruise control now. They almost get another turnover, and they might have. They did.
Yep.
As that ball was deflected by Palan right off of the hand of Dawson.
Now you get a lot of those when you get your hands in those passing lanes. SCOTUS has done that really all evening. Just really been pesky on the defensive side of the ball.
Now what's the call here?
Might have some blood, maybe?
There's some blood on the arm of Jackson Hang. That's just a testament to how physical this game is between these crosstown rivals.
I'm surprised there isn't more blood the way these guys have gone at it. This has been a physical basketball game. Almost said football game. It felt like a football game.
But for Lakeview, that's a backcourt violation. That's just not a good turnover at all here for SCOTUS. And when you're winning by this much, 15 points, you cannot afford to have those turnovers. It might just bring Lakeview back into this one.
Yeah, it's a mental error. You want to keep the back and be able to take time off the clock.
That's going to be a charge on Dawson. So Dawson picks up another foul. Dawson picks up a second foul. Those are just those 50-50 chances again.
Yep. Yeah, Lakeview.
Going to be a charge or a block. Caleb Cameron jumps up for it and puts it in with his left. Caleb Cameron, 6'2" junior. He's been super good on the boards, along with Wemhoff. Here's Rathbone. Tomke is able to keep it in bounds. 2 players for each team, or 1 for each team, looking to check in. There's Rathbone. Skip cast, Dawson down low, finds an open player. It's Clayton Thompson with the floater.
That was an excellent possession We talk about that all night, really. Patience against that zone, work the basketball, find the good shot. The problem now, you're still down 15. So patience, you've got to try to find good shots, but you got to do it quickly.
McGuire over to Caleb Cameron. Tries to find Wemhoff down low. It's intercepted by Rathbone. It's now or never for Lakeview with 5:15 to play, down by 15. They need a bucket. As here's Dawson for Tomke. Clayton Thompson leads the scoring. He has it now. It's no good. Rebounded by Tomke. Here's Rathbone driving baseline, kicking it around. It's Dawson inside. Oh, and then a foul on Wemhoff as he went up a little early on that one. Our fourth quarter sponsors, visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at Lincoln.org.
Well, what Dawson did there, just attack that SCOTUS defense and draw the foul. Now you got a chance to score a couple points with the clock stopped and first free throw in and out. Much like free throws important for SCOTUS, certainly important for Lakeview when you're down. You need points. The clock is stopped. These are going to be big opportunities for the Vikings.
3 players come out for SCOTUS, 2 come out for Lakeview. Second shot here for Dawson. Got it. You'll take what you can get, and 1 for 2 from the line is better than 0 for 2 in that situation. As Brody Lindhorst. We get a timeout call by Mike Buchanan. So 4:52 to go, Lou. 41-27 SCOTUS. This game's not over yet, but Lakeview, they need the defense. And do they have to make sure to guard the outside shots, or do they try to focus on the paint and leave those outside shots to chance? Maybe SCOTUS will miss those.
Well, I think the timeout now is going to be for Coach Buchanan is to talk about shot selection. You're up 14, 4:52 to go. There's no shot clock. And I think the idea now is to run a little bit of clock and be patient. No quick shots, but continue to look for those opportunities to drive into the paint. And but the one thing I think, the big thing right now for SCOTUS is you've turned the ball over some. That's 7 turnovers here in the second half. Is to A, take care of the basketball, B, find those the quality shots, and don't be in a hurry to shoot the basketball. You're up 14. The worst thing that can happen is taking quick shots and give Lakeview those extra possessions. Make Lakeview play defense, run some clock, and try to get a layup out of your offensive set.
Well, it is Jersey Day. You see 2 Seattle Seahawks jerseys. A long way from Seattle. 1 Chiefs jersey, and then even a Penn State jersey. Penn State lost earlier to Ole Miss in that bowl game. SCOTUS, now they're feeling good right now. Wemhoff, bounce pass, but a turnover. Something SCOTUS cannot afford to do right now. Here's Tomke back out to Dawson in the corner. Tomke lets it go. Won't go. Long rebound goes to Rathbone. 4.5 to go. Rathbone in the corner. Not getting a lot of space for 3. Pulls up for the mid-range and gets it to go. Rathbone with 4. 41-29.
Rathbone had the offensive rebound and a bucket.
What a pass. Wow. Inside, Wemhoff. Great pass by Jackson Hang, and despite him not having any points in the second half, he's had a few key assists.
That's exactly what you want if you're SCOTUS. Get the lay-in.
There's a big response by Rathbone from the corner for 3. And it's 43-32. Suddenly, an 11-point game seems better than a 15-point game at this point for Lakeview.
Now, SCOTUS, you got to be concerned about Blake Rathbone. He scored 5 straight points.
Hang kicks it back out. Johannes for Wemhoff. Here's Lindhorst, leading scorer on the SCOTUS team. Fadeaway jumper. Oh my goodness, he's making it look easy out there.
That was a nice shot there by Lindhorst. That was a pretty good possession. They ran some clock. Got a pretty good look there from Lindhorst.
There's Rathbone. Almost lost the ball, but Tomke has it. It's Dawson. Can't finish the layup. Nice rebound and put back by Hirota. Now we're starting to get some back and forth play here between these two teams.
Yeah, Hirota stayed with it there and got the putback. Keeps Lakeview alive.
Johannes, floater, won't go. Hirota on the board. Lakeview down by 11. And they get a big possession here with Rathbone. They'll get a good look for three. Off the mark. Rebound comes free. Hirota gets it. Finds Dawson. Can't finish the layup. And Owen Lindhorst comes free. Lindhorst, floater, won't go. And what a rebound right there. But now Tomke's trapped. He gets it out. Dawson, bounce pass, inside. Lakeview has not been able to finish some key layups, and now Hang comes the other way. Jackson Hang, Euro step. Now Scotus can't finish the job.
Scotus doesn't really need to shoot the basketball. They're taking quick shots. They're forcing the action. They're missing, and Lakeview has not been able to take advantage of it. But I think if you're Scotus, you want to pull the basketball out now and run a set and run some clock. You're up 11.
Tyler Colvin, head coach of Lakeview, says he needs a timeout to slow down the play and limit the sloppiness. We'll stay tuned after the game for our coach's post-game interview, brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Well, 2:11 to go. 45-34 is not where Lakeview wants to be, and Scotus has kind of had a handle on this one since halftime. They've kept the double-digit lead for the majority of this second half, around 11, 12, 13 points.
Lakeview's had their opportunities to get back in this and just have not been able to get shots to fall at key moments. Scotus has been able to keep them at bay, and now with 2:11 to go and up 11, this is Scotus's game if you do the right things, you know. And again, they're attacking. You like the attacking, but you don't really need quick shots when you have this lead at this stage of the game.
Well, I think Tyler Colvin called the timeout because not only do they need to slow it down, but this is the biggest possession of the game, and that shot from Dawson won't go.
That's Wemhoff's 10th rebound. Max Wemhoff having a great game on the boards.
Also has 8 points, too. There's a turnover. Maybe not. Wemhoff gets it. Kicks it in the corner. Palan, they don't need to shoot.
Yep. With
1:50 to go.
Good decision. You'll take the lay-in. You'll take the real high percentage look. You don't want a quick shot unless it's a lay-in.
Lindhorst for 14 points. Reach in, no foul. Lindhorst to the basket, short. Wemhoff grabs the board. 10 points for Wemhoff, 14 for Owen Lindhorst. Clayton Thompson. Working around to Dawson. Dawson baseline, tries to skip it. Finds a man in the corner. Shot is off and rebounded by Caleb Cameron. And he gets fouled by Parker Ostin. And that might just seal the deal here. The Scotus up by 13 with 1:12 to go. That might be a little too much of a comeback for Lakeview.
And out for Lakeview, you've got to think about fouling.
There's Caleb Cameron. Let's pass ahead to Owen Lindhorst. He does not have to take it. He can dribble it back out, and he does. With 1 minute to go. There's Palan. You wonder kind of why Lakeview doesn't foul right now. They almost get a steal. Oh, and a really good timeout by Mike Buchanan. Nearly stolen. And Buchanan calls a timeout at the last second.
And Palan could have been called for an offensive foul there as throwing those elbows. You got to be careful. You want to rip the basketball. You got to be careful with the elbows coming up high.
55 seconds. Scotus is on the doorstep with their 4th straight Columbus Holiday Tournament title. And they've dominated this tournament. These two teams have also dominated this tournament. 8 times they've played in the final since 2010. And Scotus' success in this tournament was a nice, solid 6 straight titles from 2013 to 18. Then a year drought because Twin River won it 2019, and then now 3 straight times spanning back to 2020. So 6 times in the last 7 years for Scotus they've won this tournament. It looks like they're going to make it 7 of the last 8 years if they can hold on with 55 seconds to play.
We'll see if Lakeview elects to foul. Down 13, under a minute to go. They have not fouled as of late much, so I'm guessing they're just going to try for the steal. Now they are going to foul.
They have to foul at that point. About 5 seconds right off the clock.
It's still one foul to go before they're in the bonus.
The refs are trying to talk the scores table to make sure they're not in the bonus and they're not one more foul to give.
I think I'd like to get it back to Lindhorst.
There's Caleb Cameron. He's fouled. So Cameron will head to the line for the bonus.
And I think Lindhorst wanted it back too. He was kind of jumping up and down. Now that should be bonus. I think that's foul number 5. Yep. So Cameron will shoot 2.
One of the things that head coach Mike Buchanan said prior to the game is that his team had a slow start this season. They lost some early games because they failed to take care of the ball and share the basketball. They've done a really good job passing the ball tonight in this game. Lost to St. Cecilia, first shot short. Lost to Grand Island Central Catholic, Concordia, and Pierce. But now they can make it 4 straight wins over Humphrey, Lindsay, Holy Family, Lincoln Christian, Schuyler, and now this would be Lakeview if they can hold on. Second shot good from the line. Cameron with 7 points, coming off the bench. Rathbone had trouble picking up the ball there. He gets it back. They don't have time to waste here. Jacob Dawson. Thompson back to Dawson. Launches a 3. They need this. No good. Offensive board. Here's a long 3 by Ostin. Off the backboard hard. And it goes off of Dawson last. It'll be Scotus ball with 29 seconds to play. That should just about end things here.
Yep. Scotus going to win another holiday tournament. That's been kind of the fixture around here, is Scotus winning their own tournament.
There's a steal from Lakeview. Can't finish the job. Rebounded by Caleb Cameron, and he's fouled. Oh, excuse me, that's a travel they'll call on Cameron, as he hit the floor hard right there on that rebound. Well, Scotus is going to move to 5 and 4. For Lakeview, they'll move to under 500 at 4 and 5. Both of these teams came into this game at 4 and 4, with Scotus winning 74-30 last night against Schuyler, and then Lakeview beating Twin Rivers 68-57 in the semifinals. 20 seconds to go. There's a 3 from the corner, Rathbone. It's long, rebounded by Wemhoff. That ball went out of bounds. Last touch by Lakeview. And with 16 seconds left, Scotus will be able to essentially dribble this one out to end it. Struggle to bring in the ball here. Ball tipped out of bounds. They'll bring it ahead. Long pass. Nice catch there from Hang. And that should just about do it, unless they want to foul, which they will. This game's over, Lou. So what did Scotus do right tonight to get this win, to win their 4th straight holiday tournament?
Well, they kind of imposed their will, especially in the first half with the defensive side of the ball. They really they forced a lot of turnovers. They didn't score a lot of points in that first half off of the turnovers, but they as the game went on, that got better. But really took Lakeview out of their offensive, anything they wanted to do offensively, with especially when that 1-3-1, and ended up getting some points in transition. You got to really, I think you take your hat off to Scotus defensively here in this one tonight.
Final shot after the free throw won't go. That'll do it. Scotus wins their 4th straight holiday tournament here in Columbus. 49-34, a little more of a blowout than it was last year. But this time they get it done, and Scotus wins it. We'll be back for our post-game interviews coming up next on News Channel Nebraska. A 49-34 is the final scores. Scotus beats Lakeview win their 4th straight Columbus Holiday Tournament. And now we have Lou down on the sideline, ready to talk to head coach Mike Voncannon and Owen Lindhorst, who finished with 14 points. Lou?
All right, thanks a lot, Kyle. Well, it's the Shamrocks of Columbus SCOTUS that get the clean sweep here in this tournament. The ladies winning by 30 earlier, and now the guys getting a 49-35 victory over Columbus Lakeview to win the 4th straight championship here in the SCOTUS Central Catholic Holiday Tournament. Now, Mike Voncannon, the head coach from SCOTUS, joins me. And Coach, boy, I mean, is this becoming a habit? You like this habit? You guys seem like you win every year. What's your overall assessment of tonight's ball game?
It was ugly at times, but I think we made enough plays early in the game to kind of get that lead, and then our defense was pretty good. I mean, that's a very talented Lakeview team, and to hold them to 34 points, I mean, that just, our defense was good enough tonight. Yeah.
You were really good in the first half in that 1-3-1. Turned Lakeview over, I believe, 14 times in the first half. What did you see out of that 1-3-1? Was that kind of the game plan from the beginning?
We like to mix it up, right? But our 1-3-1 with the right lineups were really long, and it's a challenging defense for our opponents, which is why we run it. And as long as we have active hands and know what the other team's trying to do, it's pretty effective at times. Yeah.
Well, you've won your 4th game in a row. You started a little bit slow, but you're on a roll now. What's been the difference between early in the season and where you're at now?
It's all the kids, man. They've come together. Things didn't go the way that we wanted them to the first month of the season. But a week and a half ago, they came together and said, "Hey, these are the goals that we want to accomplish." Before the first of the year comes around, and they all came together and made some adjustments, and here we are.
We had some guys that really stepped up. We'll be talking to one of them here in a minute, Owen Lindhorst. But before I get to him, I think Max Winoff had a heck of a game. I believe he had 11 rebounds, did a great job on the boards. Is it about everybody kind of playing their role at this point?
Absolutely. That's what Max does. Max gets rebounds. Cameron gets rebounds. Brandon Johannes, he gets rebounds. And, and then we have guys like Owen who just get after it on the defensive side. And tonight he added a little offense too. So that was a good thing for us.
Like Owen's one of the guys that really gets this engine going. You play fast. You like to play fast. He's one of the guys that does it. Is that correct?
Absolutely. He's got very quick hands, and he's a big part of our defensive side. And our defense, helps us with our offense.
Well, Coach, congratulations, if I could say that, on your tournament victory. Good luck here as you head into January.
Thank you guys for doing what you do.
Absolutely. That's Mike Voncannon, head coach of Columbus SCOTUS. Let's get the star player of the game in here, Owen Lindhorst. Owen, you guys jumped on him early with that defense. It's kind of like, I think your defense a lot of times leads to points. Is that the way you guys want to play, get out in transition?
Yeah, our whole SCOTUS program is run on transition, so in order to have transition, you got to have steals, so that takes good defense and communication and playing together.
Absolutely. Now, you had a shot in the end of that second quarter. You had a three-pointer late, and it just seemed like that was kind of a backbreaker going into the halftime. Talk about that play, and what did you see, and what is it about you that steps up and makes a shot like that?
Well, the Lakeview bench was telling me I'm not a shooter, so I was just sitting there wide open, and my boy Cohen hit me on that, and I just put it up and went in. So it was good motivation and pushed us to come out better in the third quarter.
That's what my coach used to tell me. So you guys, we were talking with Coach about how you guys started the season. Do you feel like the defensive side of the ball is really propelling you now into this four-game winning streak?
Yeah, pretty much, but our offense was struggling at the beginning of the season, so we're getting that together. We've gotten help from a lot of people, and it's coming together, so it's helping a lot, but our defense is, one of the best things we got right now, so stick with that.
How physical was this game? It looked like, from my vantage point, this looked like a real physical ball game.
Yeah, Lakeview's always a physical game. No matter if they're good or bad, they're going to come out and give it their all, so it's always a pretty tough game, so we can never take them lightly, but Max and Caleb did very well on the boards, boxing him out and getting all the rebounds.
Now, one of the things Coach has talked before about is you guys' team chemistry. Talk a little bit about that. And how does that shake out? What's the chemistry like, and how does that propel you guys into winning basketball games?
At the beginning of the season, I felt like our chemistry was a little off, so we had to go to the coaches and we had to discuss some things. And the weekends and after practice, we'd stay and shoot, and we'd go get wings somewhere, and we'd just socialize and hang out together to feel each other on the court more and just be more connected. So doing all that helped us a lot to getting on our winning streaks and all that.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Owen, what a great game. 14 points, 3 rebounds, and all kinds of defensive plays. You were great tonight. Congratulations on the victory and being our player of the game.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, that's our player of the game, Owen Lindhorst. We'll send it back to you, Kyle.
All right, thank you, Lou. Appreciate that one. Lakeview will have 3 games coming up. They'll play Douglas County West on the road, Northwest at home on the 4th and the 5th, and then they'll play Pierce at home on the 9th. Meanwhile, for SCOTUS, they'll play St. Paul Tuesday and North Fork Catholic on the 9th. All road games right there. Well, it's time for our top plays. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is currency. Visit GoCurrency.com as we take a look at our top plays from this victory for SCOTUS, 49-34. They swept the holiday tournament, winning both in the girls' game and the boys' game. And you can see it starts with a steal, and that was one of the things that SCOTUS did so well, hang with the steal and a layup early on in the first quarter. Then Hirota, good response, though. He gets the rebound on offense and puts up the layup for Lakeview. Remember, Lakeview was down by only 5 points midway through that second quarter. Everything turned sour late in the first half. As you can see, nice Wemhoff layup off the steal, and then another steal. I mean, just a big factor in this game was the steals. SCOTUS got a ton of steals, and there's our player of the game, Lindhorst, with the steal and the layup late in the half. But then Lakeview came back and got a few steals as well. What a steal right there and layup by Thompson, who used one hand. That's impressive. Be able to palm the ball right there. And Lakeview, they were trying to make the comeback. They brought it all the way down to just 6 points at one point. But then it was Palan who ended up coming through and getting some clutch shots, including that layup right there. Meanwhile, Lindhorst with a big steal right here. And our player of the game going coast to coast and nearly dunking, nearly hitting his head on the rim right there as SCOTUS takes the win 49-34 in the boys varsity game. That'll do it for us here. We thank you to our producer, Connor Luger, as well as Lou Siefker. I'm Kyle Mathas signing off as SCOTUS sweeps the Columbus Holiday Tournament, winning both the girls and the boys varsity. For now, we say so long. Happy holidays. We'll see you in 2024. For now, good night.